Morning everyone. Today is the first day for our third term examination, and we'll be discussing about in maths. We'll be discussing about exercise 10.3. Exercise 10.3 on page number 158. 158. Okay. Exercise last time we have already done up to exercise 10.2, and today we will be discussing about 10.3. So in exercise 10.3, the first question is about name the components of the circle in the empty boxes in following figure. This is a figure, and we will be discussing everything about a circle. Now, this is a circle. The first one, A point. This point is known as, the center point is known as number A. The point A is known as center. Next, the first line from A to P. From A to P, that is known as radius. Radius is the half of the circle, half of the diameter. The radius is the half of the diameter. Now, diameter from C to T, the point C to T, this line, the straight line, this line is known as diameter. It is known as diameter. Next up, this from EAF, that is known as, this one is known as sector. AE and F. This angle is known as arc. But inside the arc, this one, the space that inside the arc is known as sector. Now, from point T to P, this line is known as chord. The most important thing, diameter divides the circle into two parts, that is semicircle. Diameter is responsible for dividing a circle into two semicircles. This line is known as diameter. Understood? Next up, question number 2. We'll be moving on to question number 2. Fill in the blanks with appropriate words. The first question. Question number 1. The first question is saying that the line segment whose end points lies on a circle is called a chord. The first one, the answer is chord. Next one, diameter is a line segment whose end point lies on the circle and which passes through dash of the circle. That means that diameter is a line segment whose end point lies on the chord, on the circle. This is the diameter. And the question is saying that the line segment that intersect, that passes through the circle, which passes the center point. So the answer is center. Number 2 answer. Number 3 answer. the diameter E of a circle divides it into two dash parts. Into dash part. Each part is known as dash. We have already discussed about that. Diameter divides the circle into two equal parts. Diameter divides the circle into two equal parts. So the first one is equal. It divides the circle into two equal parts, and these two equal parts is known as what? Is known as semicircle. Semicircle. The last question, the region formed by an arc and the two radii drawn from the endpoints of the arc to the center is called dash. So, now, arc, we have already discussed in the first question, the arc. This part is known as arc. This is an arc. So, the question is asking about the layer of this one. This region is called what? This one, the region that covers by the arc is known as sector. Is known as sector. Next, question number 3. True or false? Number 8. A circle can have many radius and diameter. So the first question is true. Why? Because the first question is true. The reason why, I'll get it. Okay. In a circle, the center point. In a circle, the question is saying that a circle can have many diameter and many radius. So it's a true. Why? It's a diameter. So in a circle, there will be many diameters and many radius. Radius is the half of the diameter. So the first question, a circle can have many radii and diameters. So the answer is true. The first question is true. The second question, diameter is the longest chord of a circle. Diameter is the longest chord of a circle. A chord is called what? Chord is known as a chord, a line segment whose endpoints lies on the circle. That means that if suppose this is a circle. Suppose a chord is a line segment that the endpoints lies on the circle. Endpoints lying on the circle. This is the endpoint. This is the endpoint. This is the endpoint. This is the endpoint. It is inside the circle, not outside. If suppose a line segment crossing like this. This line segment is not called as chord. This is not a chord. Why? Because the endpoints are here, not inside the chord, not inside the circle. So this one, the line segment, this one is not called as chord, but a chord is a line segment whose endpoint lies on the circle. The endpoints lies on the circle. Endpoints lies on the circle. So diameter is also called as a chord. Why? Because their endpoints are lies on the circle. Endpoints lies on the circle. This is a diameter. So here endpoints lying on the circle. So a diameter is also known as the longus chord. Longus chord. So question number B, the answer is true. The answer is true. Moving on to the next question. Question number 4. Question number 4. Write the difference between diameter and chord, sector and segment, and arc and semicircle. Alright. For this answer, I will take and you have to write. I'll show you the examples. The examples also, I will give you the example also, but you have to write the answer and I will take the answer. Now, the difference between diameter and chord. Diameter and chord. Difference between diameter and chord. Diameter and chord is very much similar. Diameter and chord is very much similar. Diameter is also known as the longus chord. Remember that. Diameter is also known as the longus chord, but the difference between the diameter and the circle and the chord is diameter passes through the center point. Diameter center point. Diameter passes through the center point. But whereas the chord can be seen. Chord, this one, does not passes through the center point. That is an example. That is the difference between diameter and the chord. Okay, you can write like this. The answer for this diameter and chord, you can write like this. Diameter is the longus chord of a circle which passes through the center point. Diameter is the longest chord of a circle which passes through the center point. Now, whereas a chord is a line segment, whose end points, this one, the end points lies on the circle. That is the difference between diameter and the circle. Don't forget about that. Diameter is the longest chord of a circle which passes through the center point. This is the center point. Now, whereas a chord is a line segment whose end point lies on the circle. A chord is a line segment whose end point lies on the circle. That is the major difference of diameter and chord. Next up, we have sector and segment. Okay, sector and segment. What is segment? What is a sector? We will be discussing about that. Sector and segment. Sector and segment. In a segment, a region in the interior of the circle drawn by a chord and its corresponding this is a chord. This is a chord. This is a chord. The inside of this, the region where the chord covers this part is known as segment. This part is called as segment. This is the center point. Now, sector. What is a sector? The area that covers by the arc. What is an arc? This is an arc, and the area covered by the arc is known as sector. This region is known as sector. Sector. So that is the major difference of segment and sector. Segment is a part which covers by the chord, covered by the chord. Next up, sector is an area or a region which covers by an arc. By an arc, sector is covered by an arc, and the segment is covered by the chord. So that is the difference between sector and segment. The last part, arc and semicircle. Arc and semicircle. We will be discussing about arc and semicircle. Arc and semicircle. We will be discussing about that. An arc. An arc is any point of a circle. Is any point, any part of a circle, any part enclosed by two parts, 2 points, enclosed by 2 points, but it represents the 3 points. The 3 points. See, why we are calling it as a 3 point is that an arc is any part of a circle enclosed by 2 points. Here 1 point, here 2 points. But it represents the 3 points. It represents 1, 2, and 3 points of a circle. So you can write like this: an arc is any part of the circle enclosed by 2 points. But represent the 3 point of a circle. That is an arc. Now we will be discussing about semicircle. What is a semicircle? Semicircle is a circle. Is also called as a circle, but it is the half of the circle. This one is known as semicircle. The half of the circle. Semicircle is the half of the circle divided by the diameter. It has a diameter, it has a radius. But semicircle is known as the half of the circle. So that is the end of exercise 10.3. Moving on to chapter 11. Chapter 11, here we will be discussing about some measurements, understanding elementary shapes. Measurements, shapes, and all this we will be discussing about this. Now, question number 1 is all about measurement. We have to use a scale and measure the lines. Question number 2 is also same. Question number 3, match the equal distance by drawing lines. What has been done for you? That means in question number 3, match the following. Here in part A, they have given the numbers in kilometer, and we have to find out the answer into meter. First one, question number A is 32 kilometer. Question number B is down 3.2 kilometer. Question number C is given as 0.32 kilometer. Question number D, 3.02 kilometer. Question number E, 3.002 kilometer. And in the next part, this is the A part. Number B part, number 1, is given as 320 meter. Number 2, 3020 meter. Number 3, 3002 meter. Number 4, 32000 meter. Number 5, 3200 meter. The first answer is already done. This one is this. It's already done. Now, we all know that in 1 kilometer, 1000 meter, 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. So all this number we will multiply all this number by thousands. The first one, 32 kilometer. We will convert this kilometer into meter by multiplying by 100, by 1000. So the answer will be 32000 meter. So the first answer, question number A answer is which one? This one, number 4. This one, number 4. This one. Next one. This one, 0.32. When we multiply 0.32 by 1, the number will be 32000. After two place, we will put the points. 2 place point. So 20 is gone. That means that 320. After point, 0 has no value. So we will eliminate this 20. So the answer is 320 meters. So number C will be number 1. Next up, 3.02. 3.02 multiplied by 1000. The answer will be 302,000. After two place point. After point, 0 has no value. We will eliminate this 20. So the answer is 3020 meter. So the answer for this one is 3020. And the last answer is this one. Question number 4. Fill in the blanks. Number 1. More than 2 lines passing through a single point are called what? More than a point. More than two lines passing through a single point, crossing the passing through a single point is called what? This question, the answer for this question is concurrent line. Concurrent lines. C-O-N-C-U-R-R-E-N-T. Concurrent lines. So, from a single point, if the lines multiple lines passing through a single point is known as concurrent lines. Next up, question number P. Question number P, two lines. Two lines are said to be perpendicular if intersect at right angle. This question, the answer for this is right angle. Right angle. Now, listen very carefully. Two lines are said to be perpendicular. Two lines are said to be perpendicular. If they intersect at right angle. This is a right angle. This is a right angle. Right angle. Right angle. So this question, going back to question number C, the number of lines that can be drawn passing through 2 points the number of lines that can be drawn passing through 2 points is about 2 points. Number of lines passing through. How many lines we can draw? We can draw only 1 line at a time. So the answer is 1. So the answer is only 1. Question number C answer is 1. Going back to question number, going to the next question. Question number 5. Write the type of line in each of the following figures. Next, question number 1. Question number 1, the line is given like this. Question number 1, this one is known as intersecting line. Intersecting. Crossing through one. Intersecting. Intersecting lines. Number 2. Question number 2. Question number 2 is given like this. Two lines. Question number 2, this question is known, this type of lines are known as parallel lines. Equal length. Parallel line. Parallel. Question number 3. Question number 3 is given like this. Question number 3, this question, look at the figure. This one is shorter than this one. So, this type of figure is known as non-parallel. Next question. Question number 3. Question number 3. So this one I go to angle, look at the figure, the line passing through, it meets at a right angle triangle. This line, it meets in a right angle triangle. So these intersecting lines is known as perpendicular. This figure is known as perpendicular. Perpendicular. It's known as perpendicular. Next one. Question number E is also same. It is also perpendicular. Question number E is also same. It is also perpendicular. Question number F. Question number F we have already discussed in question number 4, number A. Concurrent lines. Concurrent lines. Multiple lines passing through a single point. Multiple lines passing through a single point. This is a single point. Multiple lines passing through a single point is known as concurrent lines. Concurrent lines. Concurrent lines. So that will be all for today. And if you have any problems regarding, if you don't understand anything regarding any questions, basing on this chapters, exercise 10.3 and exercise 11.1, if you have any problems, you can reply me back. Alright? So that will be all for today.